Just take your place in the driver's seat. Driver's seat. Ooh, driver's seat. Yeah. Driver's seat. Ooh, driver's seat. Yeah.
Anti-Afro-Svengalis. This video is actually about being in the driver's seat. This video is also talking about boss. But in this instance, boss stands for something you might not think it does. So let's get some clarity going. In this instance, boss stands for bodied, overt, shameful sanctions. Think about that. It's on the screen. When you hear boss associated with this person, that's what you want to remember. And I want to send you over to Let Me See Your Transcript. She did a great video on this very topic. She detailed some information. And I'm going to be backing her and supporting her because she did a great job.
Stating fact, whoever issued this complaint said that he basically billed this patient for something and did not see them. He has to take ethics and he has to take a billing coding professional development. And he cannot be a supervisor of counselor interns. And underneath the red box, it says, respondents' failure to comply with one or more terms of this order may constitute a violation of 22 Texas Administrative Code and requiring further disciplinary action. Hopefully, he knows to be better. He does what they told him to do and take better concern in the future. And I will also, I strongly suggest you, Mr. Spears, not to do your live in your office because maybe someone else is going to give you another complaint.
I'm also going to be referring you over to KingKongCrazy's video. I'm going to let KingKongCrazy's comments play and then I'll come back on and explain to you what has occurred to make this situation come to be. Stay tuned and I will return.
We got a booty mole looking ass, punk ass, four-eyed ass, troll ass, can I get a amen looking ass dude in these YouTube streets that want to keep my name in his mouth. Make KKC's name be like a okay? Since you all like to use sexual undertones, make KingKongCrazy's name like a every time you say my name, you're putting a in your mouth. And if that's what you like to do, I can't knock you for the lane that you want to stay in. But if that's something that you don't like to do, keep my name out of your mouth. I don't give a damn about no funky ass credentials. You see, the problem with these 6 degrees that Umar Johnson has and with the degrees that you claim that you have, y'all got them from white institutions, the very institutions that you speak against. So sit your stupid ass down right now and have several more seats after that and then put your ass in a sleeping bag and roll off a fucking cliff. That's what you do.
So what you heard was Let Me See Your Transcript and KingKongCrazy engaging in activities that are fully sanctioned by YouTube. YouTube runs this show. Unless YouTube says commentary or videos are inappropriate, the commentary and videos are allowed. So the response of this person who loves to brag about being a therapist, who actually points at the wall, screams and hollers, demands that you give him respect because of the inanimate objects hanging on the wall, license and degree. Damn it, respect me. This is what he comes up with. Angry that he's not getting respect as a therapist. Upset because there is a public document that people are able to retrieve and give their own opinion and perspective about it. A fact finding mission, specifically findings of fact, plural. So what is the line of defense or response in the case of Let Me See Your Transcript, going straight for physical characteristics? Oh, can you do that during a debate? If you're on a debate and you're discussing an issue, even if it's about you, someone's calling you out because you've been sanctioned for something, is it a mature, respectable, decent manner by which you can respond is to go for someone's physical characteristics? Is it? In the case of KingKongCrazy, the response or defense that this so-called therapist came up with was to make up this outrageous, inhumane, unethical, deplorable lie that KingKongCrazy tried to take his life with a gun, when we all know exactly what happened with KingKongCrazy. This is the first line of defense. And this person wants to say we don't have a right to call him out for his deplorable, disrespectful, shameful conduct. Before I move on to the main commentary, I want to make sure it's recognized. Thank you, Lou D 2021, who posted some crisis support resources in the chat of KingKongCrazy's live stream last night. He posted it on the board, and while we know that the so-called therapists' aim to mock suicide was intended to hurt KingKongCrazy, we also recognize the disregard for those who may have experienced suicide-related issues in their lives, friends, relatives, anyone close to them, that this may be triggering to them. So you see the disregard and the callousness? But this is a resource anyone can use. Take note of the resource. We got a lot of ground to cover. What is this about celebration? He mentioned we were celebrating because he got busted. Celebrating? Do you remember when these idiots were on YouTube thinking that I got the channel pulled down? Let me clarify. In the last video, I said the channel had been yanked. No, his channel had been yanked. The board contacted me and says, his channel has been taken down. Do you have links? Yes, I do. His channel was taken down because the complaint that I filed, look on the screen here, this is a letter that I received. I had filed a complaint because of that diagnosis video he posted online. And they had different links to similar things he had said about me. This has gone on for 3 years, and all of the links were dead. Now, if they don't have to use subpoena power, they won't use subpoena power. They simply requested me to send the links that I had. The video was recorded, and I had the other links that I had included. So the channel with the dead links was his channel, not my channel. It is imperative that we make it unequivocally clear. He doesn't run anybody. There aren't any threats that he can level that are going to shut me up. I can't speak for everyone out there, but the person you're listening to right now is not going to be run off by any threats. I've stated it before. The only way you're going to rattle me is if you can take away my freedom. You got to be standing right here with handcuffs. Be right here in my face, and you can lock me in a jail cell. I have to be standing in a courtroom and the judge says, haul her ass away. Other than that, go to hell. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to say. This is a fool who's come onto YouTube for how long, people? And has made the most deplorable, disgusting, vile commentary about people. Habitual liar. Look at the definition of habitual liar. He opens up his mouth and says any and everything. Habitual lying. Specific to me, habitual lying. I stated that I was never going to come on here and defend myself to this fool. I defended myself to the Texas Licensing Board. That's why they filed that complaint against him. Every single thing that he said about me was proven to them to be a bald-faced lie. So what do you think a judge is going to say? I don't give a damn about his threats. They're empty threats because guess what, people? I told you 3 years ago, or however long ago, what was going to happen. That he was a liar. He is fearful of more information coming out. What the hell can he say about me? All he has said, bald-faced lies, including the fact that I have a disciplinary action against me, and there is a date that I have with the licensing board. Bald-faced lie. Last week, I'm going to mention this. You all sent me the clip. He got on his, whatever you want to call it, live stream and called me a fat Mexican. The licensing board knows I am not a fat Mexican. He was proven to be a liar. However, he goes up here and threatens, let me see your transcript, because she's reading a public document online that spells out findings of fact, and he says he's going to have the juveniles who he serves in the district where she works in Houston, basically going to solicit some juveniles to do what? Perpetrate violence on a teacher so they can get a felony offense on their record? Not even thinking. He's up here calling me a fat Mexican, claiming to have an in with juveniles who he says he provides therapy to, and he thinks, let me see, a transcript has something to worry about. No, that school district is going to be contacted. But let me tell you what I suspect. I suspect he probably isn't providing those services anymore. So it's probably going to be a futile effort on my part. But do you see how things go? He sets out to insult people with these race attacks and these, what do you call, body shaming attacks. He'll make up whatever he wants. He claims I am blood relative to anti-fraud warrior. I have no blood relatives who are anti-fraud warriors, but he posted a video saying that. He posted a video saying that my family and Umar Johnson got into a financial dispute. That's why I hate Umar Johnson. I first never said I hated Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson is perpetrating in my field, and it's intolerable. No one in my family has ever met Umar Johnson. I've never laid eyes on Umar Johnson in the public, never attempted to, but this is what he does. He has to make up lies. He just brings up whatever he wants to bring up. And YouTube took down that video because he posted a stranger's photo, just like he's posting this person's photo and passing it around. But let me tell you one thing he will not do. Post the link where he got that photo. I double dare him to post the link where he got that photo. Dare him to post the link to where he found the photo. Because he was going around saying and comparing me to a drug dealer, a female drug dealer. That's another thing he was doing. And he's saying that people are slandering him, but he's comparing me to a drug runner, a Colombian female drug runner. I say post the link to where he got that photo. Because if he wants to consider me a person that's bossing everybody around and I have these powers of persuasion, then give me the chance to put those powers of persuasion to the test. Because if I find out who that person is, then we're going to see true discipline. No, I'm not contradicting myself. I pointed out the specific statute to the Texas Licensing Board, what he did. You're not telling me he didn't violate any law. I'm telling you it's right here. There was no movement on that. That's why he got that letter. He was not going to skate. Now, with the other people, he made insulting comments, but he didn't break down and diagnose. This is legislated, people. I pointed to a legislated act, and they needed to do something. I am standing by what I stated before. If I was white, they would have came on like gangbusters. But he has a letter that was issued to him. So if he continues this behavior, the complaints are going to continue. I don't give a damn what anybody says. I don't owe him jack shit. I most certainly don't owe him silence. Are you serious? I owe him silence? We owe him silence? We're talking about the Stone Ages, people. The Stone Ages. And this fool expects us, because we are women, to sit here and defer to his funky ass because he's a man, while he can sit up here and talk about black women in the most degrading and disgusting terms, such as, you're not good enough to get on your knees and service me. Then he expects us to be silent when it comes to speaking the truth. As you can see, I have no intention of remaining silent. In fact, I will be returning with another video because I must make sure you have the facts when it comes to this billing situation. He wants you all to believe that he got nabbed for a clerical error. That is a bunch of bullshit, and I'm going to spell it out for all of you. Do not touch that dial. Buyer, B